everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be showing you how to shade hair. So, shall we get started? So first up, we grab our brush here. We get hair. Grab our hair color by long pressing or using the eyedropper like this. Now, just by doing so, I can see that we have formed a few lines of the hair. This is just my first step of it. This is how I add shade and detail to the hair. Then I actually start with the processing steps that are upcoming in this video. Second thing, when I do my hair, it's not recommended to draw scribbles like this, or else it will show up in one color that you may not like. So it's recommended just to do lines like so. Keep on doing this until all the hair is covered. And for my sense of detail, I can also add realistic waves of hair just by doing like this. You can add a little detail and shade and some good looking stuff for this, like so. Keep on doing like this so you can form the shade properly on your hair. Now it's starting to evolve a bit. But this is just the beginning. We're not just gonna be doing this and that scribbles all over here. We are just at the beginning. After this step, we have officially started our montage with hair. Now, we start with the bottom pieces. If it's most preferably to you to start at the bottom, you can, but I mostly recommend starting at the top. We will cover these at the end, don't worry. I am almost done, just need a few more outlines of shade, and there we go. We can cover also these lines if we don't like them. We can cover them like so. If it's most preferable to you to cover them, you can do like me. If you want to keep them, you can. Keep on doing this until you're done with all black hair outlines. Oh, did the wrong piece. That was the star. Almost done. I just add extra outlines here so it can show more detail and realistic rhythm of the hair. And I could add shades and outlines of the hair coming on the clothing, so it can show more realistic stuff. Just like that. Now we're done with our first step. Second step, we add a new layer. We set to add. Make the thickness lower. I put it 20. And then just start shading again. When I use an add layer, I usually do this so it can show detail. These steps will be redone, but better. Upcoming. We just add a few lines to each hair detail strand. You can add as much as you want till you feel comfortable with it. I usually add this much. There we go. Now we are done with the second step. Third step, we add a new layer again. We set to add again. Grab a little lighter shade of the color of the hair. Now we just add more lines. Till we feel comfortable with it. No need to add too much. But this is my original styling way of hair. Now it will turn out like this. Now we add a new layer again. We don't set it to anything and just make it thicker to 40, double the thickness, and just do what I do. Shade on top of the add details that we did, so it can turn out a little more shady, not like we added too much lines. Now hair is starting to form with us. See? Now this is how the hair should look like so far. Now we add a new layer again. We set to add and grab a very dark shade of it and just do lines again. Till we feel comfortable. No need to add too much, like I said earlier. Eventually, the hair that we see is starting to form. Now our hair should look like this. Now we don't use our hair anymore. We use a dip pen hard. We remember to turn on force fade by clicking the middle button. And now we add a new layer. Don't set it to anything and just start like adding more lines. The hair may look a little messy, but when it forms to our last step, you will find it perfect. These parts are just for shade. We no need to add too much or too little. It's just for shade. We're gonna recover them later, but it's like very important to add. There we go. Now our hair should look like this. We add a new layer, we set to add, and now we just do the same thing, shade on top of the lines we did. No need to go too over or too little. You may see that I am going too over, but this is the way we are gonna do our hair. It may be a little complicated, but once you like restart, you may gain skill on how to do it. You can do this on any color you like. But I don't know if you can do it on black. Now our hair should look like this. We add a new layer. Don't set it to anything. Make it as thick as possible to 30 and just start shading again. If you may see like a little mess, you can just grab the eraser and erase the excess lines on the top. Like that. We are almost done with our hair. We just need a few more layers and we're done. Like 2 to 3 more layers. Now we grab a new layer here. We set to add. Make this to 8. Just start adding more lines. So we can cover like the mess of this layer. Now our hair should look like this. Now we are almost done here. Now all we gotta do is grab hair again. Just scribble more lines. If we do this on top of the dip pen hard, we can show more detail to this. Now our hair should look like this. We add a new layer again and just re-add lines. This step may be optional to you if you think it's too bright. This technique may cover the add layers that we did to make it look a little darker, so you won't think it's too bright. Hair is now forming. Now our hair should look like this. This is my old technique of shading hair, and this step is also optional. We can add a new layer. We set it to add. Grab our darkest shade of hair we find in here. No. Darkest shade we find in here. Just keep on looking till you find the darkest shade. Here. I found the darkest shade of hair we need in here. In this piece over here. Or we can find it in any other place. Now we just add more add lines. This is optional, like I said. If we felt like it's a little too dark or anything, we could just add again. But these are like small lines, not big lines that cover the whole entire hair. Small ones. These lines add a little more detail. Now our hair is finally done. Stay tuned for another video of tutorial how I shade skin, shade clothing, do face, mouth, anything. Comment on what I should do next. Stay tuned for another video. Bye everyone.